Hello, friends. Welcome to Betkraft, your home of show bet football analysis and predictions. Okay, today is a wonderful Saturday morning, the fourth day of May, and as usual, you saw how we have been doing in recent past. Most of our games are being very, very, very successful, and today we have some games that we selected, and we also made our analysis on these games and brought it forward for you so that you make informed decisions in your in your betting endeavor. Okay, uh today we have wonderful games going on, but before we head into the business of the day, we want to ask those of us who are coming across our video for the very first time, kindly take our time to subscribe, click the subscription button down there so that you do not miss out on our subsequent games that will be coming out on this channel on a daily basis. All right, have you done that? Okay, thank you very much. So right, without further ado, let's start our predictions for the day, and we are starting with the very first game, which is in German Bundesliga, where we will have Stuttgart will be up against Bayern Munich. Okay, and we know that in the past six for the home side, Stuttgart, they've been able to achieve 3 wins and 2 losses, as well as one draw in the past 6 games they've played. And the away side, Bayern Munich have been able to achieve 4 wins as well as 2 losses in the past 6 games they've had. And when you take a look at how both sides fared from the home and away perspective, you can see that the home side in the past 10 home games have been able to achieve 7 wins and 3 draws in the past 10 home games. And the away side, Bayern Munich have actually been able to manage 3 wins in the past 10 away games, as well as 2 draws and also 5 losses in the past, 10 away games. Okay, but in German Bundesliga, the league already have been decided, and also we know that both teams are already qualified for the Champions League game. But in this very situation, we know that it is just a battle of supremacy in this very encounter, between Sergio Gurasi, Hurricane. Okay, both are the two guys who are actually doing very well, scoring a lot of goals. They'll be looking to, who achieve at least the highest goal scoring in Bundesliga. So it is going to be a lot of, it is going to be a serious match, and we're going to expect a lot of goals in this one. So it is over 2.5 in this very encounter. We're to see at least over 2.5, seeing that the past time they met saw Bayern Munich defeating the side by 3 goals to 0, and we expect Stuttgart to rise to the occasion in this very one and score a lot of goals. So it's going to be over 2.5. That's our value for this very encounter. And that will take us to the next game. And the next game is in Spanish La Liga, where we have Real Madrid who will be up against Cadis. Real Madrid in the past 6 have been able to achieve 3 wins as well as 3 losses. And the away side, Cadis have had 2 wins and 4 losses in the past 6 games they've had. And when you take a look at how both sides fared from home and away perspective, you could see that the home side in the past 10 home games have been able to achieve 7 wins, as well as 2 losses and 1 draw in the past. They have been able to win 7 games, and they've had 3 draws in the last 10 home games they've had. And the away side, Cadis have not won any match from away in the past 10 away games. They have been able to achieve 4 draws as well as 6 losses playing from away in the past 10 away games. So we expect to see a very dominant, Madrid in this very game, saying that winning this very encounter, we, ultimately allow them to pick up, La Liga title this season and focus solely on Champions League games. So we expect to see a win for Madrid in this very one, seeing that they're playing against the struggling Cadis, who is currently at languishing at the relegation zone. So we expect the home side to win. Home win, that's our verdict in this very game. And that takes us to the next game. And the next game is English Premiership, where we'll have Sheffield United, who will be up against Nottingham Forest. Okay, we could see that Sheffield United have already they've been relegated in the Premiership, and currently in the past 6 games they've had, they've lost 5 out of it, and they've had just 1 draw. And on the west side, Nottingham Forest have managed just 2 draws, 1 win, as well as 3 losses in the past 6 games they've had. And when you take a look at how both sides fared from home and away perspective, you could see that Sheffield United playing from home have just managed 1 win, and they've also had 3 draws as well as 6 losses while playing from home. It goes to show they're not doing very well at the moment, and that's the reason they have been relegated. And you see, away side in the past 10 away games have been able to achieve 1 win, which came against Newcastle last year, December, as well as 4 draws, and they've also had 5 losses in the past 10 away games. But in this game is currently the decider for them, saying that a win for them, we push them further, to safety in English Premiership. So we expect away side Nottingham Forest to rise to the occasion in this very one to win outrightly. I will win. That's our verdict. And that will take us to the next game that we have. The next game is also in the English Premiership, where we'll have a Burnley who will be coming up against Newcastle. Burnley is another team that is battling relegation at the moment, and we know that in the past 6 games for the home side, they've had 3 draws, 2 losses, and one win. And the away side, Newcastle United, have been able to achieve 4 wins, 1 draw, as well as 1 loss in the past 6 games of head. And when you take a look at how both sides fared from home and away perspective, you can also say that the home side, Burnley, have been able to achieve 2 wins in the past 10 home games, and have also had 4 draws and 4 losses in the past 10 home games of head. And the away side, Newcastle United, have been able to win 6 times while playing from away in the last 10 away games. They have also lost on 4 occasions. They have not had any draw, but what of note is also the fact that they lost against bigger teams, Manchester City, and they also lost against Arsenal, and they also lost against Chelsea. But their last game, which was their last loss, was against Crystal Palace, where they lost out by 2-0. But in that Newcastle is looking at a European opportunity for next season, so they'll be looking at winning this match to achieve at least Conference League spot in English Premiership. So we expect to see our side to rise to the occasion. Newcastle United to win outrightly in this very encounter. That's our verdict. We win. And the next game is in Sweden second division, where we have Osid, who will be coming up against Sundvals. And we look at how both sides fared from the recent occasions. We'll see that Osid in the past 6 home games, 6 games generally, have been able to achieve 2 wins, and they have had 1 draw as well as 3 losses. And their away side in the past 6 games have had just 2 wins and also 4 losses in the past 6 games of head. And when you take a look at how both sides fared from home and away perspective, we'll see that Osid in the past 10 home games have been able to achieve 8 wins and 2 draws. They have been able to win 8 times. They've had 2 draws. And the away side in the past 10 away games have managed just 1 win, but they have also had 2 draws as well as 7 losses in the past 10 away games I've had so far. So it goes to show that they're not doing very well playing from away. And the home side, Osid, is actually quite better, seeing that they've been able to win 80% of their home games. Okay, we expect them to rise to the occasion in this very one. We expect them to win as well in this very game. Home win, that's our verdict in this very encounter. And that takes us to the very next game, which also happened to be in Sweden second division, where we have Oyster, who will be up against Sheffield. And Oyster in the past 6 have been able to achieve 3 victories, and they as well had 2 losses and 1 draw. And the away side, Sheffield, have had 2 draws as well as 4 losses in the past 6 games of head. And when you take a look at how both sides fared from the home and away perspective, you can see that the home side, Oyster, in the past 10 home games have been able to win 7 out of the past 10 home games, and they've also had 3 draws in the past 10 home games. They've not lost any match playing from home. And the away side, on the other hand, have managed just 3 draws in the past 10 away games. They've also had 7 losses playing from away. It goes to show that the home side is quite better in this very tie, seeing that they've won 70% of their home matches and have drawn 3 and have not lost any of their home matches. So we expect to see the home side picking up victory in this very encounter. It is home win. That's our party for this very encounter. Okay, and that takes us to the very next game. And the next game that we have is in Slovakia second division, where we have Futura Munich coming up against Spisa Novaves. Okay, in the home side, in the past 6 games I've had, have been able to achieve 2 wins, 2 draws, as well as 2 losses, and the away side have had just 2 wins as well as 4 losses in the past 6 games I've had. And when you take a look at how both sides fared from the home and away perspective, you could see that the home side in the past 10 home games have been able to achieve 7 wins and have had 2 losses as well as 1 draw in the past 10 home games I've had. And the away side in the past 10 away games have just managed 1 win as well as 9 losses in the past 10 away games I've had so far. It goes to show that the home side is quite better and the away side are doing poorly, especially when they are playing from away. So we expect the home side to rise to the occasion in this very tight Futura to pick up the spoils in this very game. Home win, that's our verdict for that very encounter. And that takes us to the next game. And the next game that we have is in Thailand, in Thai Premier League, where we have Monong United, who will be coming up against Suai. Okay, in the past 6 games for the home side, they've been able to achieve 4 wins as well as 2 losses. And the away side have had 2 wins as well as 4 losses also in the past 6 games I've had. And when you take a look at how both sides fared from the home and away perspective, we could see that the home side, Munong, have been able to achieve 7 wins out of 10. They've had 2 draws and just 1 loss in the past 10 home games I've had. It goes to show they are doing very well, seeing that they have won 70% of the last 10 home matches, and the away side, Suai, have been able to achieve 2 wins as well as 2 draws and 6 losses in the past 10 away games I've had. So when you put all that together, you know that the home side is, quite favourable to pick up the spoils in this very encounter. We expect the home side to rise to the occasion and win outrightly. It is home win. That's our verdict for that very one. And that takes us to the very next game. And the next game that we have is in Norway. Norwegian second division, where we have Stordals Blaine coming up against Tromsdalen. And when you take a look at how both sides fared from the past 6 games, we could see that the home side have had 4 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss in the past 6 games I've had. And the away side have had 4 wins as well. They've also had 2 losses and 1 draw. Okay, when you take a look at how both sides fared from home and away perspective, we'll see that the home side Blanks have been able to achieve 7 home wins in the past 10 home games. They've also had 2 losses and 1 draw in the past 10 home games. They've won 70% of their home matches. It goes to show they're doing very well, especially when they're playing from home. And the away side, Tromsdalen, in the past 10 away games, have been able to achieve just 2 wins as well as 2 draws, and also they've had 6 losses. Okay, in the past 10 away games I've had so far. So when you put all that together, you know that the home side is quite expected to rise to the occasion, seeing that they've won 70% of their home games. So we expect to see a home win in this very encounter. Home win, that's our verdict for this very game. And that push takes us to the next. And the next game that we have is in Uruguay Premier Division, where we have Wandas who will be up against Progresso. And Wanderers in the past 6 have been able to achieve 2 wins as well as 4 losses. And the away side have had 4 wins and 2 draws in the past 6 games I've had. And when you take a look at how both sides fared from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side in the past 10 home games have won 2 games. They've also had 2 draws as well as 6 losses in the past 10 home games I've had so far. They're not doing very well when they're playing from home. And the away side, Progresso, have been able to achieve 5 wins as well as 5 draws as well when they are playing from away. It goes to show that they far better playing from away. So when you put all that together, you know that the away side is quite expected to rise to the occasion, seeing that the last time both teams met saw the away side defeating the home side by 3-1. So we expect to see away side achieving some sort of result in this one. It is away side to win or draw in this game. That's our verdict for that very encounter. And the next game that we have for you is in Portugal, where we have Chaves who will be welcoming FC Porto. Okay, when looking at the passes for the home side, they have been able to achieve 1 win, 1 draw, as well as 4 losses. And the away side, FC Porto, have been able to achieve 3 wins, 1 draw, as well as 2 losses in the past 6 games they've had so far. And when you take a look at how both sides fared from home and away perspective, you can see that in the last 10 home games for the home side, Chaves have been able to achieve 2 wins as well as 3 draws, and also they've had 5 losses playing from home. And the away side, FC Porto, have been able to achieve 6 wins as well as 3 losses and 1 draw playing from away. Okay, and one of those losses coming from their match against Arsenal. All right, it goes to show that FC Porto is a better side in this very side. Also, what of note is the fact that the last 10 the last 10 head-to-head meetings for both sides. I've seen FC Porto defeating this side on 9 occasions, and the other one being a draw. So we expect to see FC Porto to win outright in this very one. Okay, away win. That's our verdict for that very encounter. And that concludes our predictions and tips for you on today and on Betkraft. So I wish you the very best of luck. I hope your ticket goes green today, and also remember to play responsibly. It's only a football game. It can go either way. All right. Tomorrow is another big day for us. Tomorrow we'll be having Sunday Millionaires game. Where we have a lot of games that we accumulate that will accrue to 1 million. So keep it in with us tomorrow, and until then, keep winning.